All right, so earlier today, I just had a bit of a discussion with some people on why AI art is, a bunch of people, they're obviously, I've just seen well, it's complicated. This whole wave of hating AI art just seems a little silly to me. And I mean, I kind of get where a lot of people are coming from, the whole idea of oh, it's like stealing stuff. I don't necessarily think that's I feel like a lot of the hate is over the top and it's kind of silly, and I'm gonna try and break down why I feel that way. A big complaint that some people have is that it's gonna replace a lot of jobs. I don't see that happening. Like realistically, AI as of right now is not advanced enough to take jobs. Like people have proven to be more capable. The only reason AI would replace a job is if all the people that are working there are so horrendously shit that they need to be fired and replaced for a computer which could do their job much better. Which, let's be real, is very unlikely unless the world just somehow falls an absolute fuck you and some companies just full of absolute monks who don't know what they're doing. Like, for example, the anime industry is having that happening. Like, a lot of localizers who are intentionally changing Japanese translations, and Japan, understandably, are fucking fed up of it. So they're replacing them with AI so that they can have actual accurate translations of their anime. Which, in that sense, honestly, if we're going to be real, in that case, I think that's actually a good thing because that's positive for the industry. In that case, you don't have people changing the original work, you actually have accurate translations. So in that case, I could say AI being used for the business, even if people are losing jobs, quote unquote, it's going to be more of a strength for the industry as a whole because no one's really fucking with the work anymore. Now, I do music videos a lot of the time, so I can understand the whole idea of what if AI artists take over the radio instead? And in that case, well, I think people are over exaggerating AI a bit. Like, it's advanced, definitely, and it's impressive what it's capable of, but it's not that fucking advanced, especially not right now. So, we have a lot of time before anything like that even starts to be like a possible pipe dream, right? Um, I don't even know if what I said there was actual English, but fuck it, why not? I'll just say that. Uh, so I don't really feel like AI is taking over, but ultimately, what the fuck was I saying before? I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, I was on localizers. But like another example would be like, let's say uh, an entire business like Disney. A lot of their current stories are pretty fucking not good, as you know. They've not had a lot of effort put into their shit. So it would be logical for Disney, like business wise, to get rid of all these crappy writers and start using AI. In fact, honestly, I think there's a good argument for using AI. It'd probably be more human than what's being written. So, arguably, it'd be useful for them because not only are they able to get out scripts even quicker this time, but arguably it'd be better than what the actual writers are doing. However, the immediate issue is right there. No one's gonna fucking watch this shit anyway because not only has the company already lost faith, but they've also, if people are aware that AI is being used, they're not gonna sell it anyway because it's already clear there's a massive distaste for it. So, like, people just won't buy it anyway. And when the company realizes people aren't buying their stuff, well, they're just not gonna use it. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, and those who do somehow still end up using it, well, they'll just go into fucking bankruptcy, and it's as a result of their own fucking hubris. But a lot of people, let's go into this theory that people will buy it regardless of AI. So immediately your theory that human art matters more is already dead, and of course when we get into that situation, there's a lot of things around it. Like, so what if AI takes over the fucking mainstream? There's a whole underground circuit of like independent workers doing their own shit. And I mean, it's not that fucking hard to pull up your bootstraps, put your passion into something, and make something like that. You know what I mean? Like, last year, Glitch fucking destroyed Disney as a company. They're a fucking independent channel. Like, who cares if the mainstream starts using AI for quick, efficient works? It's not gonna fucking matter when there's already independent workers who are, you know, doing their shit on their own and getting fucking way bigger than these big corporations are. Like, ultimately, corporations don't mean shit. Like, people like to hype up the idea of the importance of like big companies and shit. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? It's 2024. You have the ability to do fucking anything if you have a goddamn computer. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And well, what the fuck? If you don't end up trying to do something and you lose your job from AI, like, I think ultimately that's fucking on you, man. Let's be fucking real. Like, I know that sounds harsh, but if you're gonna let some computer take your job and then you're gonna be so down and out about it that you're not even gonna try and do anything, that's your L. That's you taking an L, honestly. I know that's gonna sound proper harsh, but that's just how it is. And uh, what else am I trying to say? I had a few. I should have written fucking bullet points because I have a lot to say on this. Like, human art is not going to die out because AI becomes a popular thing. It's never going to die out. As long as we exist, we'll always be artistic in our own way. And, well, AI can never truly replace that, no matter how advanced it gets. And AI ultimately is an efficiency tool. If AI does get into business, there'll still be human like creativity behind it. Like, humans manipulating the AI, and more than that, humans refining the AI, because the AI is still going to come out very skew with, and then people are going to have to come in to edit it, pretty much. And they can easily add changes to it and make it unlike anything before. Hell, you can lie making your own shit and then just say, oh yeah, the AI did it, and you know what, the company would probably believe you because they don't give a shit about that stuff. They don't fucking care. And you know, sometimes the quick cheap method is also, this is another interesting thing. Like, it's not profitable. Like, I'm trying to look at this from a business standpoint. It's not profitable to make passion projects because there's a fuck ton of money that gets put into it. Sometimes you need your cheap, shitty project to, you know, make the money required to make a big passion project. Like, if you're always constantly making like massive art pieces, you're gonna lose it eventually. Like, you're not gonna be able to like keep up anymore, unless I guess you're doing fundraisers and that sort of stuff to get the money in the first place. But that's a different story. I think here's just how I feel overall. When it comes to AI, like taking over the industry, if it does take over, which I don't really see it taking over at all, because I mean, there's already a massive distaste for it. No one wants to see it. No one's gonna care anyway. If companies start using AI, no one's just gonna watch these films. It's as simple as that because no one likes AI. And they're going to try and look for human made shit, which is all underground independent creators who are actually putting effort into their work. That's what's gonna sell. And when companies realize that, they either carry on this stupid trend and die out, or, you know, the what the fuck is it? Like, they carry on the trend and die out, meaning corporations are just gone, or they realize their mistake and they say, you know what, fuck this AI, it was never a good idea, We made a mistake. We'll just hire humans again. So ultimately, that's the main thing. If AI does succeed, uh, well, that single-handedly proves that the majority of people don't care about human art, which is admittedly a little disappointing, but I mean, that's just the case. And then, well, humans will be happy to consume their trash. And if that's the case, well, what does it matter about putting effort into shit? And I guess that is sort of sad, but eventually there'll be a new rise of fucking artists who put effort into shit, and, I guess that happens. And, well, I mean, a lot of the money that goes into a lot of the money that these smaller products, these quick, easy products make can be put into something that's actually kind of big, like a big deal. You know what I mean? That's just always been how art works. Like, you can't always put out a masterpiece every year, or you're just going to lose steam. And, fuck again, I've lost my train of thought. I had an idea of what I wanted to say. And the people who lose jobs when AI replaces them, well, it's up to them to get another job. I mean, it's like saying, oh, I lost my job at McDonald's. All right, I guess I'll just find another job. I know it sucks, it's time consuming and it's frustrating, but sadly, that's just how the fucking world works. If you lose a job, you're gonna have to get another job. And more than that, if let's say you're part of the entertainment industry and you lose your job as a writer or an artist or anything, well, again, 2024, you have a computer, you can just make something yourself. You can write your own novel in your room and publish it yourself online, or you can record a whole song, mix it, master it yourself, or get another dude to mix and master it yourself, fucking anything, and then you can just absolutely destroy the underground scene. And yeah, maybe you won't be super successful, but like, no one gets like all the money from their work anyway. Like, no artist gets all the fucking revenue. Like, these jobs don't pay that well anyway. So I mean that kind of says everything there anyway. But like, ultimately, people distaste AI anyway. I think this is the big issue. Like right now, people are so worried about AI taking over, but no one even fucking likes AI. So how can it take over? That right there kind of says it all. And ultimately, if it does become a big thing that companies start to use and it somehow succeeds, well, I mean, who cares? It doesn't stop you from like putting effort into something you want to make. Like, there's a quote that I believe there's always going to be someone who does something the easy way. That shouldn't stop you from doing something the right way. That's the whole meaning of integrity. And I feel from the standpoint of integrity, it doesn't matter if someone succeeds off of artificial intelligence or some really easy, stupid shit. Who gives a fuck? Human art isn't gonna die out. It's never gonna die out. Art will forever exist as long as humans exist. We have the power to continue. It doesn't matter. We don't need a fucking corporation to do that. Corporations have always stilted art. Like, independent creators have always had the passion and, ability to do what they want on their own, or the freedom to do what they want on their own. And now we're in an era where we could do it better than anyone could have ever imagined. Like, look at fucking who's like a popular indie artist. Akala. Back in 2007. Akala, he's a UK rapper. He did it all independently, and he managed to he's become a massive figure in UK hip hop, UK politics, and that was back in 2007. Imagine what you could do now in 2004 when literally all the tools are at your disposal. Everything is at your disposal. Yeah, you gotta work hard to get there. You gotta get a job first. You gotta, put your life into boring shit, and I know it sucks. It's never fun. No one likes to do the hard shit, but I mean, the world isn't made to appease to you. If you put the work in, only then can you actually, do what you want to do. That's how it's always been. I mean, I feel like people just sort of forget that part. You know what I mean? Like, not everything is like handed to you on a silver platter. You don't. Not everything's gonna work your way. Um, I don't know if anything I've said has been like consistent at all. I feel like, again, one of the big issues with these unfiltered videos, and this is completely unrelated to the topic now, I'm fully aware. A big issue with these unfiltered videos is, again, I have no script, I have no topic, and my mind races a lot, and I'm not the best at explaining my thoughts or feelings about something. So, ultimately, what I do think about this whole theory on AI taking over the art world or destroying art is that it's kind of silly. It's kind of silly, and people are over exaggerating. That's my ultimate point. I feel people are over exaggerating about how dangerous AI can be, how awful it is. And I guess the stealing thing, like AI being like theft, I kind of get that a little bit. I feel like, I mean, AI is meant to replicate humans. If anything, it's more sampling than stealing. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just sort of how it works. But like, man, I'm saying that a fuck ton. I never realized how much I actually say, but like, anyway. Um, Thing is, I don't think AI is taking over. I'll just say that. I'll just say that. I'll leave it like that. AI is not going to take over. If you think it is, well, you're being a little paranoid. I know how that feels. I'm paranoid a lot myself, but like, for God's sake, I just did it again. Uh, I have to stop saying that. Yeah, AI is not going to take over, and if you think it is, you're being silly. And that's how I feel. Yeah, I'll leave it there.